Here we are in 10 Pines Bluff, and I'm just putting down the foundation for our little structure. I'm not going to go crazy here at 10 Pines. The area itself is small, so I don't think you could really go crazy even if you wanted to. So we're just getting the foundation set in, and this part's a little irritating because I know that these pieces fit. They just won't go. You have to look at it at the exact correct angle, and it drove me crazy. It took so long just to get it to snap where I knew it would snap, and in the end it did snap, but it took forever. Anyway, so now we're just putting the walls up with lots and lots of windows. I like to be able to see. I think that especially in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, when you could be attacked by raiders at any moment, you need to be able to see. You don't want to just shut away everything, because then things can sneak up on you. So here we're just putting in a quick little roof. I went ahead with a little skylight, but nothing like we did in Sanctuary, just a little one. Just a little fella, just little. And then up here, I wanted to be able to get onto the roof. I'm not sure why. I just feel like roof access is something that a settlement should have. Here I couldn't get these stairs to go the way I wanted, so I ended up doing this weird little one stair goes up, the other one goes down, and then I had more troubles getting the foundations to snap in. I knew they would snap, and I had to get the right angle to look at it, and it finally did snap. But I think one of the things that really turns me off with the building in the Fallout here, I like it. You can really get creative. You can do a lot of things with it, but the system itself is what's the word? It's just not done very well. I get what they were going for with the snapping points and the things like that, but it just doesn't really work that well, and you spend more time fighting to get the piece to go where you know it will go than you do actually creating, because you have to look at it at the exact right angle for it to snap in the way that you know it'll snap, in the way that you want it to snap. Anyway, that's a whole nother rant. Here I'm just putting together our power station. I'm just rigging this little bit up here temporarily so we can do our Wi-Fi power. So I'm going to turn this conduit on the wall here into Wi-Fi power right here, and we're going to take it over to the house and put some lights. And then I'm not sure how the settlement attacks work. I have not been attacked yet. I didn't get attacked at all through Season 1, but of course I didn't really do much at all in Season 1 in terms of building. So I went with the impression that the generator is something that is a high target, likely to be targeted, the power, so I wanted to close it in so that if we do get raiders come by, that the generator would be protected. Since I've never been attacked, I don't really understand that system. I don't know what gets damaged, what doesn't get damaged, how it gets damaged. I don't get all of that. But here, we're putting down a little bit of defenses, just a tiny little platform, just so they have a good line of sight, a good vantage point to get anybody that shows up, I suppose. I got rid of all of the Tato plants that they had here and replaced them all with moot fruit, because the moot fruit produces 1, whereas everything else produces 0.5, which I find very odd, but I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna use the best thing that I can. I'm also fuzzy on Now 2 people live here, so how much food and water do I actually need? I think that I probably overdid it by doing 12 food and water, but I figured might as well have too much rather than not enough. I always feel like it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So here we go. This is our little settlement. It's a tiny little thing. The build area is tiny here, so I don't think you could have really done something too incredibly massive. But yeah, so we have a farmland and some water production and a place to hang our hat and sleep for the night that's not all the way back at Sanctuary. Now, unfortunately, later I found out that these that the workbenches that I placed down are part of a mod, and I'm really not sure which mod, but the benches themselves don't work. Or they're meant to work in a different way that I don't have loaded. I have no clue what mod did that. I've looked through the mods that I have installed, and I have no clue. I have no clue what did that. So here we are at our house. We have our little beds, so we have a place to sleep. They have a place to sleep. These are our little workbenches that don't work. Again, I don't know what mod put those there. So, yeah. Anyway, we have our defenses. We have our food, water, a way up onto the roof that we don't really need. Yeah. And then we have our power supply, providing us with all of our Wi-Fi power. Yeah, and that's 10 Pines Bluff. I hope you enjoyed this Fallout 4 settlement build at 10 Pines Bluff. There wasn't a lot of room to work with, but we managed to get a little place to call home. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to see more, leave any comments or suggestions down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Dashpot out.